Subscribe, follow, like, share. Last Bell Boxing. These guys give you all the exclusives, and next time I get my fight date, it's going to be exclusive on here as well. So make sure you give them all a follow.
Welcome to the latest special edition of Last Bowl Boxing, joined by regular pundit. I'll call you a pundit, Sean. I don't know where that come from, but you're a pundit now. A regular pundit. Sean, how you going, Sean?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
On this red hot day that we experienced, not used to it being in the UK, are we?
No.
So we're going to cover Jack Catterall versus Harlem Eubank. I think this is a very intriguing fight. I think the wheels are coming off a little bit for Jack Catterall in his career. With his loss to Barboza, which nobody expected him to lose, did, let's be honest, but he did. And then you've got Harlem Eubank, who's kind of spent his time on terrestrial TV, vying for a top spot on a card somewhere, and finally he gets it. So one Catterall's coming up in weight. Harlem Eubank's probably natural welterweight in my view. Harlem Eubank's talking about this being his coming out show. What do you think, Sean? Because he needs exposure, don't he? It's a poor relation to Chris Eubank, let's be honest. Could this be him stepping out from Chris's shadow?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, I went and saw his last performance in Brighton against Tyrone McKenna. That was probably his biggest name on paper to date. So again, it's another step up in Jack Catterall. I think he needs something like this, to be honest, to break out the shadow. I mean, years and years ago, there was talk of them both fighting in Brighton at the Amex, but that never come to fruition. But for Harlem, yes, it's a massive fight for him. It's on a bigger platform. Although he draws in millions of viewers on Channel 5, I think overall this is sort of catapults him to the next level, being on DAZN, and it's an intriguing fight, that's for sure.
Now, Sam Jones, who is Catterall's mouthpiece, obviously he's from Derby, so I'm not going to talk too fondly of him. But I'll be very interested to know what Sam would think if Catterall gets beat to Harlem Eubank, where that leaves Catterall.
Yeah, I think Harlem's underrated, to be honest. People don't see him as a puncher, but he had Tyrone McKenna in all sorts of trouble at times in that fight. So I think his power is deceptive. For Catterall, as you say, coming off the Barboza defeat that not many people expected, he sort of flatters to deceive for me a lot for Catterall. I mean, obviously his biggest night was when he got robbed in the undisputed fight with Josh Taylor. And since then, I don't know. I mean, he was obviously with Frank Warren at one point, and there was quite a lot of buzz and hype about him, but he's just sort of fallen off the sort of cliff completely, really. And I think this is a crossroads fight for him, more so than it is Harlem.
Do you know what's really unfair for Jack Catterall? The fact that I don't think it matters what he goes on to achieve in boxing. He'll always ever be remembered for that night against Taylor where he got robbed. Because I don't even think anyone will ever talk about the rematch with Josh Taylor either. They'll talk about that night when he should have been unified and he got robbed. And I still think that plays on Jack's mind a little bit. Because and his resume is not that good, is it? Let's be honest. Not for the people he could be jumping in with. So I worry for Jack in this fight because I do think Harlem Eubank might have a little bit left than Jack. Harlem's a bit fresher, isn't it? He's hungry for that to top the show on a big card. He's very hungry, and I don't think the Eubank name burdens him. I think he feels a need that he's got to prove his worth within the Eubanks, right?
Yeah, I mean, unlike Chris, he's sort of very well regarded down here, Harlem. He's got an affiliation with the football team. He used to be in the Brighton Academy. So if he was to win and sort of get in line for a world title, I think he could potentially bring a big card down to the Amex because I think he'll fill it out. He's often there, sort of parading belts when he wins them as well, sort of at half time, that type of thing. So I think for him, this is an opportunity that he's gonna be 100% for. He wants to grasp it and he wants to sort of be the next Eubank sort of powerhouse in boxing, as it were.
Is he world level though, Sean?
I don't think we've seen him in with anyone well level at the moment, so it's hard to tell. He's passed all the tests that's been asked of him so far. That's all he can do. I think we'll have a better idea if he was to beat Jack Catterall. Obviously, it's a new weight for Catterall at welterweight. It's one of those divisions that blows hot and cold for me. I don't particularly think it's at the highest level, sort of European level. So that's why we put this fight in that bracket. Yeah, it's going to be hard to win a world title because you've got obviously Boots knocking about so many other good fighters. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes from here if he was to win.
Yeah, the reason why Harlem Eubank won't win a world title is the same reason why we've always said Conor Benn won't win a world title, because he's probably not good enough against the current world champions, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's no insult.
Yeah,
These are damn good fighters.
Yeah, I mean, the only chance I think he would have is if it become unified or if it becomes undisputed with Boots later in the year, maybe, and the belts get sort of fragmented. I think he's good enough to win one off a lesser fighter, as it were. But the current champions, I don't think he's good enough to beat.
And do you think he gets to fight Conor Bennett sometime during his career? Do you ever think he'll get to that level? Because obviously there's a rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor, 27th September, I believe, is the date being thrown around. If Harlem keeps winning, that does numbers again. I know he's not quite Chris's son, but it's still a Eubank name for Conor Benn to set about, right?
Yeah, and I think I know they basically reconciled their relationship, but I think that build up will be better as well because Senior will definitely be there next to Harlem. I don't know if you know the story, but Harlem's dad passed away.
Yeah.
So Chris Senior
is Simon Eubank.
Yeah, that's it. So I think Harlem almost sees Chris as his father figure as well. So I think, yeah, if that fight was to happen between Harlem and Conor Benn down the line, that would be a fantastic fight and it will have great build up as well.
So let's get on to predictions then, Sean. So I'll let you go first. Give us your prediction and breakdown for this fight.
Yeah, probably going to be biased because I've spent some time with him and he's from the same town. I think Harlem's going to win on points. I think it's going to go similar to the Barboza fight, to be honest. I just don't know how much Catterall's got left if the desire is still there. Obviously, Sam Jones does a good job as his mouthpiece, as you alluded to earlier. But yeah, I just think purely because of hunger, what it means to him, I think Harlem will win on points.
Interesting. I'm just plucking with Catterall. I think he'll just have enough left. And in all honesty, I don't know how good Harlem Eubank is. So I think Catterall, this is, again, very similar scenario to the other fight that we talked about. He's got to. I believe this is a must-win for Catterall. I believe it's a must-win if you want to stay at that upper end of that division. So I'll go Catterall on points. So there we go. Okay. As ever, like, comment, subscribe. Post your comments below if you agree or disagree with me and Sean. A lot of people normally disagree with us, but we don't mind that. Like, comment, subscribe, as I mentioned. This has been Last Bell Boxing, sponsored by LW Liftings and SC Travel. We go live every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. You're more than welcome to join us. Thank you. Cheers, Sean.
Cheers, mate.